Good morning, everybody. How's it going? Happy Saturday. Um, Welcome to an unusual Saturday show. My vacation just started, and I want to really use it to do some things that I've been waiting to do in my collection for a while. Uh, so I guess I sprung for an early Christmas present in that I downloaded the CLZ app, and I've paid for a year of it, and we get to try this out, test drive some things that I know most of the comic community have embraced, but Analog John has not. We'll get into all the little nitty gritty and details, and I would love people in the chat who are using this program, uh, who are interested in it, love it, have questions, whatever. Feel free to just shout that kind of stuff out in the chat. We'll get into all the details of it because this is going to be a learning experience for me in a big way. Say hello to some friends in the chat. We got Shop for Comics, king of the shop verse himself, the man who has created the all-important John Doom, the one and only John Doom. He also created the John's Comics with Kids Avengers. Just love it. Appreciate you, sir. I hope your Saturday is going well, my friend. Matt says he is heading into work. He's saying hi. What's going on, sir? Good to see you. Salute to you, X11 Bravo. I hope your weekend and hopefully holiday season here is getting kicked off right. Nice, important week for me. Our family in this household love Thanksgiving, and huge, top holiday, way above a lot of others. So we are big Thanksgiving fans. We got SideQuest in the chat. What's going on? SideQuest, he was her early tailgating. I appreciate you. Is John starting with a bagel? He's starting with an iced coffee. I was going to be touching a lot of books, and I didn't know if I'd have to take stuff in and out of bags. And that way, I didn't think food was a good idea, but I got my coffee. So I got that just to keep myself sharp, frosty. What is going on? JP in the chat. Good to see you. Kingpen was commenting on the post I did to Instagram talking about CLZ and looks like a great resource. Somebody I'm probably going to lean on a little bit to learn some things. Matt says CLZ is the only way I keep my comics organized and find things quickly too. There you go. John and technology seems like entertainment. So I'm generally a fairly tech savvy person. In fact, at the school where I work, I did all the on-site tech work. So I tend to be someone who is fairly knowledgeable. My issue is not usually technology, but other things. Lots of other things. CLZ is Jason's app of choice, says Southern Comic Geek. I appreciate that. We got Mad Spidey. What is on Simon? He says, what am I doing up at stupid o'clock? Look at this pretty face. Good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing all right. JP says, if you have analog lists, you don't actually need to touch books. See, that's where I was at for sure. Good morning, Lady F, who was crushing it as always last night on The Hunt. Absolutely loved everything you were doing. You're great. Keep it up. Very impressed as always. Kingpin saying, that's why I'm here. I'm an endorser for CLZ. Boom. I appreciate you being an assistant for me on this. Let's see. I don't need no apps. I got Jesus. Jesus, take my collection. Take the wheel. All right. We got Tyler here, and he says, what do you think of CLZ so far, John? I think of myself as a human CLZ, except for when I forgot when I already have the book. Clever. Jigs Kingdom, the guy who ultimately pushed me over the edge on doing this. Firstly, I love this guy. Listen. If you're not following Jigs Kingdom, you're missing out on a lot of stuff. Love me some Jigs Kingdom. Just absolutely a hilarious guy, amazing guy, supportive guy. So Jigs, this one's for you, my man. Let's see who else we got. We got D.O. Wolf says, John Lasso CLZ newbie. Good grief. Yeah, that's fair. That's accurate. We got JD Raging Cajun, my Lego homie, and now CLZ bro. Get ready. I meant to add the add to the CLZ Go 2 series and add all those on the list. Interesting. See, things I don't know. So let's talk briefly with what is CLZ. It's an app for your smartphone, and I believe there's even a website component. The goal of it is that you can quickly and easily input comic books from your collection, and it will catalog and organize them for you so that you have a digital way to track your collection. Um, how deep does it go? How functional is it? How useful is it? These are questions I can't answer because I'm doing this for the very first time. And what I pulled out were 3 boxes here that I'm going to attempt to try to input today. I may not get to all of it. I don't need to be here for 5 hours trying to do this as I learn this, but I figured what I would do is pull out 3 different eras of comics. I've got my very first X-Men book box. So the earliest issues of Uncanny X-Men that I own are right here. I've got the Krakoa era box, meaning some of the most recent comic books in X-Men, and specifically a giant stack of amazing Storm variants because we are in the heyday of great Storm covers. And I thought, well, let's see what we can do with variant covers. Let's see how this works for those. And lastly, I have a box of slabs over here because I'm curious what happens inputting slabs. So all of these things I'm a novice on. I'm a newbie on. If you've watched the train wreck on Old Wolf's channel, you've heard him with his phone doing the little dee login and loading in each new book he buys. So I have seen it in action. I've never used this before. So for me, this is going to be a big learning curve, and I've decided to just give it a try for a time. I also know that Cover Price, which is one of the companies that sort of has been making a big push on the pricing side and understanding comic values, has partnered with CLZ. And there are ways to have your CLZ account and your Cover Price account linked so that you can see accurate pricing for the books in your collection. I don't know how accurate that is because obviously grading is super subjective. And when I say that a book is, a 4.0 when it's raw, is challenging. Of course, graded books should be fairly simple that way. We got Nigel from Desired Comics. Hello to you, sir. Good to see you, Nigel. I hope you're doing well. I'm fairly sure this incredibly savvy collector is probably a CLZ guy, but we'll see. Let's see what he says. Matt says, you put in the book like normal for slabs and then edit it saying it's graded, the company, and the grade. So there you go. I didn't know if I needed to scan the barcodes. I'm learning all this stuff. I do recognize that it's designed for barcodes, but that barcodes have changed over the years. So the simple thought process is for a new book, you just scan it and it pops up with the correct cover, hopefully, and all that kind of stuff. Older books will be trickier. And that's where we're going to have some kind of back and forth. So good morning, Pop Pop. My dad is in the chat. Good morning, Ralphie. I hope you're doing well. Happy Saturday before Thanksgiving early week. I'm going to be seeing this gentleman hopefully a bunch, having some turkey, breaking some turkey legs together. So hope your week's getting started off right. I am messing with new technology. My dad is one of the savviest tech people that I know. And always aware of new tech and utilizing new things. So I'm always super impressed by his tech savvy. JP says, don't scan. That slows you down. Just go to series and add by issues. Okay, this is going to get interesting. So I'm going to start with Uncanny X-Men, or what was ostensibly just called X-Men at the beginning, and try a couple different ways. JP's got some advice. I appreciate that. Ultimately, that's what we need, right? I hate doubles. That's why I got CLZ on my Christmas holiday last year. I jumped on as much live streams as I could and got all my books done in 3 weeks. I'm curious, Mad Spidey Simon, how many boxes are you talking about there? I'm very curious. Yes, Pop Pop's taking Kate shopping because Kate's birthday is a week from Monday. So she's coming up. She's got a near Thanksgiving birthday. Regarding CLZ, I need to see what their privacy policy is regarding the information we're providing, if and how the information is being used. I'm open to it. Ooh, see, this is a whole layer. Nigel's amazing like this. He's got other layers of thought going on here that I didn't consider. I do know that it allows you to download and make a hard copy of your list. I've heard that. 30 short boxes. So our collection sizes may be somewhat similar. You might have a little bit more, or we might be in the same neighborhood, I believe. What is up, Dale of Suspense? He says, "Good morning. Congrats on getting Storm in your top." It took 8 tries, but we did it, Dale. We did it. It just goes to show you that good looks can't take you everywhere. Sometimes you just got to keep being consistent. So I'm going to start, like I said, with Uncanny X-Men. I'm going to try scanning a little, JP, but then we may adapt to go your direction on this. What I started by doing, for those that don't know, I've collected the Claremont run in its entirety, but I have a handful of books from that run that I'm upgrading, and they're at the front of this short box. I keep them at the front just so that I'm watchful of them if I see them come up. Most of them are in the first like 124 issues. That would be these 6 comics right here. Then I've got 2 that are a little older than that, 146 and 223. I'm looking for real high grades of those because they're not like mega keys, but I would like to have nice ones. So ultimately it amounts to 8 comics that I'm trying to upgrade. Some of them are very beat up and discolored. You know, this is 104 and it's definitely lived a life. 105, 106, 108 has like a bunch of like scribble pen on the cover and is pretty messed up in the back. I would love a nicer 120. That's the only issue that's a key. And then 124 with the great evil Colossus Proletarian on the cover. I'm not going to scan those yet because ultimately I want to upgrade them and set it aside. As you scan, you can give it a dirty grade. Ooh, Kingpin with some advice. What's up, Damien? Sleepy Reader. Happy Saturday to you. Dio says, I was grandfathered into CLZ for years. The only thing I don't pay for is the short box subscription. There you go. Matt Spidey says, scanning works better with newer books. Older ones can have trouble. I like this. I appreciate this. Scanning is completely unnecessary. But I want to crash into a few walls because I know that mistakes are how you learn things. And I want to just test some things out. I want to see what happens. It's a science experiment, and I am the experiment. So what I'm going to do is pull out the first few in this box here, which take me through. I'm going to go up to issue 100 is what I'm going to pull out. Everything 100 and below, which is not very many. I don't collect a ton of the pre-Claremont issues. In this pile, I've got, let's see here, just this small stack of pre-Claremont, and this is the Claremont up to 100. So let's take a look. Let's see what we got here. I'm glad I'm not wearing gloves. I bumped my microphone and I think I might have muted myself for a bit there. Hopefully it's okay. Can you hear me all right? Sorry about that. What's up, Rod the Weekend? Good to see you. Let's see here. You can do duplicates for both grades. Got it. And I did. I think I did. Hopefully my sound is back. Hopefully it was just for a couple seconds. And he's back. All right. So I didn't wear gloves. I want to be able to peel the Blue Painters tape back. Shout out to Blue Painters tape. All right. So the first book I'm going to scan is a great one. This is Marvel's and DC's crossover event, Teen Titans. This book is the book, right? This is the book for me as a nerd. I see 0 barcodes to scan. It says distributed by Marvel Comic Book. So I don't think there's anything to scan. So this is probably going to be a search. Marvel and DC Comics present. Don't take them out for no reason. You do that, killing me. JP's happy. I love JP. He's a happy guy. Marvel and DC present. Maybe that's what it's under. Let's find out. Do a search. Nothing is coming up. Let's see. Uncanny. Maybe it's called Uncanny X-Men. Is this what a lot of this is? And New Teen Titans. Hopefully I spelled that correct. Nothing. Oh, I got to search up. There's 2 search fields. I've got to learn this. Marvel and DC present. Nope. And I misspelled present. There it is. Present. So is this a lot of what it is, JP? I just like searching. All I gotta search for it. No, see that I don't want to search within my collection. Title search. See, I'm learning these things. What I'm worried is that it's looking in my collection. There's nothing to find in my collection at this point. Let's see here on the side. I'm looking update collection, add to collection, add new title. See, we see this. We will be taking you some time. Says Jig. See, this is why this is it. Usually it's easier to search for a title. Click add first. All right. See, this is why I need you guys. Hit the add button and search for title. Let's see. But what is it called? This is a weird one. Marvel and DC present. Yeah, there it is. Okay, got it. Okay, but let's see. There's a few different ones. The direct edition. I got it. I see it. Add to collection. Okay, so when I do that, it gives me all this information. It's a chance to, sorry, get Jigs off there. We don't need that guy. What's up, Brian? Good morning to Brian. See, it's going to be a lot of this. This is the face that I feel like people in the chat are going to be doing a lot while I do this. What is up? CJ's in the chat. So it gives you the chance to enter. What is up, Robert? A lot of the information you want about the book. It is not graded, so I'm not going to enter a grade. I guess I could enter. It's raw. It is not slabbed. Sorry, it's raw. One copy. I don't have the date purchased or the price. I mean, I think it's in a mid-grade shape. It's not, doesn't have any major spine ticks on the front, a little in the back. So I'm gonna go. I'll give it I don't know. I'm just guessing 6.0. Sure, why not? Fine. It's raw though. Okay. So then add to collection. Is there a noise? I'm gonna turn up the volume. Let's see if there's noise. Comic added to my collection. Firstly, the fact that this is the first one I add. Yeah, it's happening, Jigs. It's happening. Yeah, that's the normal screen. You don't have to fill it all out. Okay, cool. G-Man is in the chat. That's right. We got Robert in the chat. And I'm going to put this back in the bag here. JP is saying, stop taking them out of the bags. And ultimately, it sounds like not a lot of taking out of the bags is needed until I get to this new box. But something to learn. A lot of my learning of this app was playing around with a lot of the features. And that's ultimately what I want to do this morning. Side quest is kind of just tinker and try stuff out and then show you what I got. So here's the lowest numbered X-Men book in my collection. Issue 14 is the first appearance of the Sentinels. I do need a 15, I think, which is the master mold. So I'll go in, I'll add a book. I'm going to search for the series, and it's probably just called The X-Men, right? Back then. The original X-Men run. X-Men Volume 1. Yeah, it's probably Uncanny X-Men Volume 1. It's probably what they want to call it. All right. I'm going to flip the date. Here we go. That'll make it easier. Look, there's a little flip option, and you can rearrange them in order. Yeah, I'm learning. I'm learning some things. And I'm going to go to issue 14. There's an A and a B. What are the difference? Oh, a UK price variant. This is not the UK price variant. And I can check. This is the 12-cent, the traditional American 12-cent variant. So there you go. Add it to the collection. It is a low grade. It is raw. I don't need to worry about it. I'm just going to leave it as raw. It is low. It's got a crease right down the center. You can see somebody folded it at one point. It's got some rough corners. The spine is actually in pretty great shape. Down at the bottom a little bit. So there you go. My oldest X-Men. So proud of John Boy's big now. Yay. I'm so impressed. So this establishes the default for when you add books. You can change at any time. Better to leave that fairly unfilled and then go back and add details after books are in the collection. See, great information from JP, which is rare, but good to have. Original is under Uncanny. Perfect. There, see, I'm learning. And that's the thing that's true of Uncanny collectors. We always have to remember some sources are strict to the title when it was The X-Men, and then later all new, all different. And then after that, Uncanny, right? So stuff that we all have to be aware of, right? I love the option to make your books a major or minor key on each book. That is cool. Yeah. The red still pops on the cover. Yes, it does, sir. I like the color on this a bunch. And even the Sentinel looks pretty good. Love pink and purple robots. I have a lower X-Men book than John. So yeah, I don't collect a lot of the original run. And you might see a little bit of that as we go through and add stuff here. All right, so this one's in the collection. Now I got to figure out where I'm putting these. Yeah, I'll do it a little upside down stacked over here. I kept the price tag on this because I paid $69. Nice. Okay. This was one of the first original of the early X-Men books I ever bought. Was the Spider-Man meets the X-Men. I love this cover, Spidey booty cover. He's making the X-Men dance. Look at Cyclops. He's getting down. Jean Grey. Everybody's dancing. Spidey's brought the noise. He's brought the funk. You can add a whole bunch at one time and then edit them individually. How do you do that, JP? That sounds interesting. Let's see here. Good morning, Roscoe. Good morning to you, sir. Volume numbers are tricky, but they also show you the dates of the volumes, which helps. Yep, there you go. Yeah, I do love this cover, Jigs. And this, again, this is probably the first book below issue 94 that I ever bought in the X-Men run. I saw it at a shop and I was like, I have to get it, even though it's got some chipping, Marvel flaking and things on the edges. Really nice book. So this is issue 35. Let's see here. I'm going to scroll. I'm going to stay inside of the Uncanny X-Men thing. I'm just going to scroll up to 35, which means I got to go a little ways here. I do have the first appearance of Banshee, but it's a slab, and we'll get to the slabs maybe a little later. 35. The UK price variant. Nope. The 12 center. I got it. Add to the collection. Raw, 1 copy. Perfect. Boom. There we go. Another one bites the dust. This one is a gift from my man Rod. Just the Rican sent me this new team costume issue, the 39. Joey says, I only have the phone app, but that's all I need. Same here. When you click the box for this issue, just keep scrolling and adding as you go. That's kind of what I'm doing. Am I following your instructions, JP? Add to the collection and add to the collection. So there you go. New team costumes. Got it. Check. What's up, Stu, in the chat, my man from Doom's Fan Club? Morning, all hope is going well. Yeah, we're just tinkering around with the CLZ app and learning a little bit about how it works. Damien is saying, yeah, you can view as a list and check a whole bunch off at once. Oh, so if I just click the little box and just go tuk, and then scroll up, then I can do that later. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. See. Glad you're trying CLZ. It's great. There you go. I see what you're saying, JP. I'm just gonna try this first box raw and then go from there. But I see what you're saying. I'm just gonna tinker with the raw books for now. Next, I've got issue 40, the Frankenstein issue. I got this at Christmas a few years back. It's got a little bit of like the Marvel fading going on the edges, the color fade. It's got a crease down the center, but it's got Frankenstein, man. Frankenstein meets the X-Men. So definitely adding issue 40. Boom. Add it to the collection. Raw. Cha-ching. And done. This app is a pain in the butt, says CJ. I have not felt that yet, but I also have a crew of people in the chat right now who are willing to spend part of their Saturday mornings helping this moron learn how to do it. You can share your collection to others so they can see what you have. Tell me a little more about that, Kingpin. Is this like how does that work? Does it happen within the app, or is it like I downloaded it and then I can just like share the PDF or something? How does that work? Of course, I love my Sentinels, so I got to have this Neil Adams issue 57. Let me scroll up to that. And it's the regular price variant. I don't think I have any UK price variants. This is issue 57. Add that. Add to the collection, and done. You can share. It's an online list. John not actually trying to add books to collection, just showing off his X-Men books. I can do both. JP. All right, so that is all, other than a couple of slabs that maybe I get to later. Those are all the pre-Claremont issues that I own. Like I said, not a massive group. It's a smaller subset of my collection. So, Ian and Kenneth are jumping in the chat. What's going on? Tacoma Comics and Kenneth Bird. What is going on, my friends? Hope you're having a good Saturday. We are playing around with the CLZ app, and now I got to scroll way up to X-Men 94. My giant size is a slab book, obviously, so that is something I will get to later. Scrolling to X-Men 94. X-Men 94, still one of my favorite comics, and I like it a lot. So I got a couple of those bad boys. This is the one I bought originally with the crease that goes along there right through Nightcrawler. And then this is the newer one I've got. Excuse me. Which has a rougher spine, but better corners. So I have a couple copies of 94. Let's see what happens when I try to add 2. Yeah, Magic Lasso, I am finally trying out CLZ. This might have been said already, but CLZ also has a random pull feature. If you shake your phone with the app is open, it'll randomly display a comic from your collection. That's cool. That sounds really awesome, Stu, and I'm excited for that. Let's go to 94, add to collection, and now I'm going to click the quantity up to 2. No, not 12 yet. 2. There we go. All right. And I will add 2 copies of that. Boom and boom. There you go. CLZ was great until I started with Star Wars newsstands and variants whose barcodes were not being read correctly. Ooh, interesting. Okay. You can number if your boxes add what the box is. Ooh, interesting. So you can tell them what box it's in. Interesting. What's up, Carlito Classico? My man. How you doing, sir? How you doing? You can put all that detailed information that you're stating in the app under comments. So I can go back through later and add detailed information is what Jigs is saying. And I think that's what JP was saying. Add them all and then go back later and update it. I'm going to pass on that. I'm going to try doing it a different way, but we'll see. Maybe I'm going to learn that JP is right. It doesn't always happen. Wait till you see the W section on my CLZ. There it is. Scary. Sounds like cheating in comic goys. The fun is having no idea where that book is. So you can literally add all the Claremont run rapidly. You can just scroll on then open the collection to add all the details. You're ruining the fun here, JP. All right. I got 94. So 95. I got 1 copy of 95. It's in very nice shape. This might have been a TJ gift. I can't recall, TJ, if this came from you. No, this came from my brother. 95. One of the last books to add to my collection. My brother had this for me. It's got a couple of ugly spots on the spine, but other than that, the white is really, really white. The colors really, really pop. Beautiful copy of X-Men 95. And let's add that sucker in. It is not a Mark Jewelers, as far as I know. I'm not going to open it, but apparently there are Mark Jewelers of that issue. I did not know that. I'm learning a little something here. I'm learning a lot of something here. Regular edition, add to collection, just 1 copy. Boom. Now it seems, and correct me if I'm wrong, friends, that what I'm noticing within the app is if it's got a little gray oval underneath, that means I don't own it. But if it's got a blue oval underneath, those are the ones I own. So it seems like there's a visual cue to let me know that I've input a certain book or that I own a certain book. Kind of cool. What's up, Maddie's in the chat. Scotland's in the chat. Chet says 95 is my first appearance on Omni X-Men, so that makes it a key. Good morning, sir. You still have to do it both ways, but you have more detailed options once it's in the collection than you do when you're adding it. All right, there you go. You can add sketch cover original art as well with a description and a picture if you have any. I do, Simon, I do, and that would be a fantastic thing to do. John's Comics with Kids, CLZ Noob. All right, X-Men 96. I got 2 copies of that beauty as well. One of them is a low grade and the other is a very nice grade. So I got 2 copies there, and I might upgrade that information later, but I just want to get it in the books here. And I don't have a Mark Jewelers or a Marvel Legends reprint. These are just the regular old goodies. I don't see any sometimes when you look from the top, you can kind of see if there's that like Mark Jewelers insert, but I think it's just a plain old goodie. December from 1975. This one goes back to 1975. All right, I'm going to go with 2 copies of that one and add those to my collection. Kingpin is right. You can add all your trades. Oh my goodness, guys, this is getting out of control. See all those 2 copies he has? The second one is called my Christmas present. This one came from the boy who had 7, so it's got his info on the back. He says it's for John Comics with Kids, issue 96 from the boy who had 7. So this Maddie sent me this one, and I think the other one actually I got through a conversation with Comic Tom. I think the other copy of that book I got through Comic Tom. 97 is a slab from TJ. That's the one I was thinking of. So I'm going to skip that and go to one of my favorite covers. This is a great Cockrum masterpiece for 98. 98. And this one's in gorgeous condition. Gorgeous. Absolute beauty of issue 98 here. This is where I start hearing from chat about why is this not slabbed? What are you doing in my books? You can add graders notes where you got them, how much you paid. That's really cool side quest. Good to hear that. What is up? Fable One Collection down in the chat says he loves CLZ. He's all about it. Justin Birch is in the chat. I just recently purchased some slabs from my man Justin. So those I'm going to have to add in here as well. And you can put your Omnis in here too. This is getting crazy. Getting crazy. Ahoy, Captain Comics. What's going on? Smiley Tory was slaying it on the hunt last night. Much appreciated. Why is this not slabbed? See, there it is. See, angry slab face. Angry face. All right. Issue 99. I've got 2 copies of that. Ultimately, I had a low grade copy with a lot of spine damage on it. Some slightly rusting staples. So just an older copy that I had. And last year I upgraded and got a really nice copy. Really sharp. Not a lot of damage anywhere on this one. I can see like 1 or 2 spine ticks, maybe slightly rounded upper corner there, but that's it. This is a beauty. So 2 copies of 99. Because 97, I didn't even add 98. What an idiot. Wow. I talked about it and didn't add it. So let me go back and add 98, which was a beauty. The regular version, not a 30 price. Oh, is there's a 30-cent price variant. So that's good to know. Mine is still 25 cents, it says. Okay, so good to know. Good to check. These are things that I need reminders on. So add that one and add 2 copies of issue 99, the traditional one. Oh, so let me do this. Doing it wrong. Let me see what happens if I do it JP's way. I'm going to add 2 books simultaneously. Let's see what it does. 1 copy of each. Okay. So it added those 2, but I'm going to have to go back in and add another copy of issue 99. Let's see if that's what I can do. So if I make it 2 now, if I just change it, let's see what that does. I don't know if it's going to add another 1 or if it's going to change the 1 I've got to a 2. Let's see what that does. I don't know. I'm learning some things here. Would you like to add another copy? It asks. Yes. Add as new. So now I've got a second copy that are listed. If you add and just go 2, then all the details match. If you add a single, then add it separately again, you can give them different details. See, there you go. I'm learning stuff. Is the Southern Comic Geek's birthday? Jason, happy birthday, my friend. Much appreciated. It's very kind of you to come by and spend a little birthday time with me. John, I'll teach you all about the tags I create on my CLZ. I'm so happy you finally got this. Well, there you go, Ryan. This was mostly for you. And then, of course, the iconic issue 100, which appeared on the hunt last night. Mine is a very nice copy. It's got 1 little crease there, but it's a good-looking copy, issue 100. Let's add that one in. Let's see. It's not a national bookstore variant. It is not the 30-cent variant or the UK variant. It's just the good old 25-center. So let's add that to the collection. All right, so there you go. I'm just test driving some things here. That was the first 100 raw issues first issues in the, how do I say that? All the comics that I own of Uncanny X-Men that appear in the first 100 issues and are raw. So there we go. Added all those in. What's up, Kyle? What's going on, Kyle? Good morning to you. So now let's try some new books. Let's jump over and try some newer comics. I can get back to that box in a little bit. I don't want to bore you guys by just rolling through that thing. Stopping by again. Hope it's all running smoothly. It is Shop. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you, sir. Big B. I've got a pile of stuff I'm shipping out to Big B later, so I'm not going to scan any of that into my CLZ. But, sir, I do have the box of things for you. I just haven't gotten around to shipping it yet. It's been a busy day. Busy week, I mean. What is a bearded comic bro in the chat? I don't remember if Greg is a CLZ fan, but I thought he said he was. I think he commented earlier this morning. But let's get into some modern variants. Have you tried scanning a barcode yet? No, Justin, I'm doing it right now. Perfect question at the perfect time. So let's see what I've got here. And I'm going to try to start with ones that I can see the barcode on the front. If I don't see a barcode on the front, I'm going to save those for later because I'd rather, deal with that a little later. What I have are some great variant covers of Storm that I've collected over the last year or so. So I'm taking out any that don't have the barcode on the front real quick and see how we can just scan it. See if we can just scan through these. What's up, Hack, in the chat? Hack, this is what happens when Jig's Kingdom convinces me to try something. We all suffer. We all deal with it together. Okay, that one and all these Nakayama covers don't have the barcode on the front, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so those go over there. So that means I can still try this big stack of Storm covers. Saying hello again, still lurking. CLZ was a game changer for Brian, he says. It helped him organize his collection. Boom. So Hack, the way I understand it is you can input the book, and then once you input it, it lets you mention what was the slabbing company, what is the grade, and I don't know if it needs the barcode or any of that kind of stuff. Raise your hand if you're grandfathered in and don't pay monthly. Not this guy. Not this guy. So let's try it. First up, I'm going to go with this Ultimate X-Men issue. Look at that. I just got this over summer. Somebody pointed out that this is an amazing Storm cover. I think it was JP on that Storm show. And I was like, well, now I got to buy this. This is phenomenal. I don't know if this is a Jen Bartel. No, it's a Greg Land cover. Gorgeous, amazing cover. So let's see what happens. So I'm going to go. JP says, if you put the CLC number in, it will add the number detail. Okay, I'm going to leave here. I'm going to leave the X-Men section. I'll come back later. Don't worry. I'm going to hit the add. And I'm going to click barcode. It's going to give it access to my camera. Make sure the entire barcode fits inside the scanning area. Lighting is important. Look for a clear contrast between the black and white bars. Switch to external mode to force CLZ scanner to look for an extension. I don't know what any of that means. All right. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to try this. I don't know if I need to turn the barcode sideways, but let's give it a shot. Ultimate X-Men 23. It did it. It found it. Let's see here. There are 43 results. But that's the one I wanted, the Storm one. So I like that. So if I pick that, I've got it. It tells me the release date, tells me the penciler on the inside. Doesn't say anything about the variant cover. View all variant cover. Cover artist is there. Greg Land. Got it. Add to collection. Raw. Add it. Boom. That was pretty easy. I don't have the volume up. I don't know if it's supposed to make the little like delete noise that I know that Old Wolf is a big fan of. But there you go. Greg Land, you are in the collection. I'm about the same as Damien. I usually scan 10 books and then press enter. All right, there you go. This is, Ian is probably still in the chat. Ian, I got a great Stephanie Hans variant. I don't remember if this was a cover A. Let's see what it says. It's the 6th cover. Let's try that. All my comics are worth 25 cents. Codes don't work, so that's why I think JP hit the enter button too early. Let's see here. I don't think I need this app, says Hack. All right, well, let's try it out. Here we go. All right, they found it pretty quickly. There it is. This is the Storm cover. There she is. What's up, Scotty Vaughn in the chat? Add the Stephanie Hans variant to the collection. Boom. Done and done. There she is. Gorgeous Stormy. Don't even need to take it out of the bag. Let's see here. This is a Lineal U variant. Storm on the cover. I'm just entering all. I'm trying the new not so new, the CLZ app, and finding ways to add these books into my collection. There she is again. Score correct. Add to the collection. Boom. So I'm curious if it doesn't have the barcode, how this does. This looks fun and daunting, says Baby. Just scroll and add instead of using the barcodes. But JP, this is the Storm variant box, which means they're from all different series. There's some Marauders, there's some X-Men, there's some X-Men Red, there's some Immortal X-Men, there's some Giant Size X-Men. So it's a smattering of things. I keep a section in that new modern box of just Storm, so that when I'm looking for cool Storm covers, they're all together, which I know frustrates some people collecting, but I collect and organize my collection by character and by team rather than the perfect alphabetizing. I am frustrated by perfect alphabetizing. Drives me crazy. It's not my thing. I can't handle it. All right, so this is an X-Men issue from Black History Month. Oop, got it. Boom. And I'm not sure who the artist is on this. Let's find out. Got it. Here it is. Cover artist is Hernanda Souza. All right. Added to the collection. Got it. All right. Okay. Next one here is an X-Men Red variant. Got it. Beauty. That's a phenomenal cover. Man, if you're doing all Storm covers, you should have made a tag. Right? Is that one way? True Chaos says, man, if you're doing all Storm covers, or create a storage box called Storm Variants, I'll just scan it in the box, irrespective of anything. Organized chaos. There you go. Add that to the collection. Done. Here we've got, Russell Dauterman's variant. Love this cover. And there it is. Giant Size X-Men Storm. Russell Dauterman always slaying. Great stuff. There it is. That's the book. It's the A cover. So I got that. Add to the collection. And done. Another Stephanie Hans here, Ian. Stephanie Hans, phenomenal artist. Love it, love it, love it. Add to collection. At that Immortal X-Men cover. Stephanie Hans is a beast. Absolutely love her work. Rob's Fat Stack says, one of us. John is now one of us. Slow and steady, my man, Rob. Slow and steady. Looks like my internet's going up and down. Sorry about that. Jackson Worker says, oh no, I lose my mind daily. At least my comics are in alpha order. Here's the problem with that. And maybe it's because I grew up with Marvel. And I'd love to hear your thoughts, Jackson Roy Kirk, because it's two layers for me. I have a handful of Spider-Man books, and they spread across two boxes, really. I don't like that Web of Spider-Man's over there, and Amazing Spider-Man's over there, and regular Spider-Man is somewhere in the middle. And the second I alphabetize it purely by the title, my Spider-Man books are scattered to the winds. I'd rather have them together in a box. Same with X-Men. X-Men's over there, Uncanny's over there, Astonishing is over there. New Mutants is over there. Drives me crazy. I prefer organizing them by group. So my mutant books are in boxes together. Nothing else gets added to them. They are all in their own boxes. I don't throw in the other stuff. Does that make sense? So for me, I don't want to do pure alphabetizing. Like I know my man Sove Collector Michael hates this because he loves pure alphabetizing. It drives me bonkers. I can't handle it. Can't handle that. Just my brain explodes. What is up, Adam? I'd love to hear how you're collecting. I'm tinkering with the app called CLZ and then adding books to my collection digitally for the first time. John, you've been getting more slabs lately. I see a lot behind you. Yeah, my Avengers collection is now down to 2 books that I need. So these are all the single-digit Avengers slabs, obviously. Huge shout out to some homies in the community that have been helping me out. Get these books. Steve Whiting, you're a beast. So issues 1 and 2 right here behind me are his. I just got issue 4 recently. This I got in Baltimore a handful of years ago. This was a gift from TJ that I got slabbed. But I'm down to issue 3, and I believe it's 15. It's either 15 or 16. It's not a key, and it's not the one where he's saying Avengers Assemble on the cover. It's not that one. Let's see. I missed some comments here. Nope. They have to be alphanumerical, even if I have to go to different boxes. I can't handle that. I suggest making this routine every week after New Comic Book Day just to stay on top of it. Makes sense. Yep, I do that with X-Men. Okay, there it is. Number your boxes and add that info to CLZ in each book, and that way I may get around to that for sure. What do you do about Avengers versus X-Men? Events are very tricky, and I tend to put events together with the team where they go. So something like Civil War is in my Avengers box. Does that make sense? Things like that. Avengers versus X-Men is tricky. I tend to have more X-Men books, so the events tend to land in the X-Men box. Oh, I do that as well. Series alphabetical in a box, but boxes are themed. That's where I'm at. Organized by group, then alphabetized with it. See, these are my people. Marvel versus DC, where do those go? Again, it depends on the theme. So obviously, I just did my first box of Uncanny just a second ago, and this appeared in that box. It's not in with the Teen Titans books. It's in with the X-Men books. That's kind of how that goes. The Avengers versus the Justice League one, I think that's in my Justice League box. Those are tricky. I agree. Those are the tricky ones. Let's see here. 4-color commentaries in the chat. Good morning. Good to see you. Adam says, my comics are on chronological order. That's the only way I can keep crossovers together, follow the Mutant Secret Wars 2 tie-ins. I get it. Issue 15, the one you're missing, isn't too expensive. Love that cover too. Yeah. The last 2 I need are not mega grails, issue 3 and 15. So I'm not worried about it. I just want to make sure the price is right and the book isn't in a bad state, Good thing is once all your books are entered, you can make custom organizations for those boxes, i.e. the Storm box. There's my plan. That's my goal here. I was only doing slabs the second time collecting, but I bought 3 raw books, so now I need a short box. No. Rob says, I had to do that numbered boxes and assign books to a box, especially with my slabs, as those just get, it makes sense. As long as you know you're not going to expand beyond that box. That's my worry, is that when I assign it and I get a new copy of something, now I need to redo the boxes and I got to go into CLZ and completely redo everything. What is up, Kevin? I am test driving CLZ for the first time today. I appreciate you coming by and the amazing group of you hanging with me. So where would you put Secret Wars and Infinity Gauntlet? Great question. Secret Wars is in the Spider-Man box because of the significance to Spider-Man that the raw copies I have are all in there. Although I am working on a 9/8 set of Secret Wars, so that's in my slab boxes. I'm just missing issue 11. I'll get that one soon enough. Infinity Gauntlet felt like an Avengers story to me in a lot of ways, so it's in my Avengers box along with my Thanos issues because I don't have a ton of Thanos books, just the Cates run. So those are all at the back of one of my, or alphabetized into one of my Avengers boxes. But that's a great question. Sorry, this is going to take you all day. I'm really just tinkering with 3 boxes to get started. We'll see how much time I spend on it. Right. Old Wolf says, I'm listening in the background. Tony, tonight, I want to say this. I know that people are like, I don't know all the people in the chat here, and you don't know who's who. I would love it if Tony, can you drop the link to your channel? Because you're a wrench. You can drop the link to your channel. If you don't know how to do it, maybe JP can do it for you. The best thing Old Wolf does on his channel is a once a year event where he eats hot wings with his family. And it is freaking amazing. I can't describe all the ways in which his show, where he eats the hottest hot wings, is incredible. It's tonight at 8:00 Eastern on his YouTube channel. Ultimately, this show is Tony's wife slaying him. Tony's wife, Julie, is phenomenal. And I love Julie. She is so amazing, so amazing. And she blasts the entire crew of people that are doing the Hot Wings challenge out of the water. She is dominant. If you're going to bet on who completes the Hot Wing challenge and does the best without puking that night, Tony's channel, bet on Julie. Bet on Julie. There it is. Just subscribe to Tony's channel and hit the notification bell, because tonight at 8 they're gonna get bonkers. It's hilarious. So you got to be there. Yes, be there. It's tonight. It's so good to be in that chat. I'm not gonna eat hot wings because I don't like my food to kill me, but it's very entertaining. Back to the topic at hand. Rob says CLZ, inputting modern books is easy. Inputting lots of older books is much more time consuming. That's what I'm getting from this for sure. When you have no barcode or the shorter barcodes, but once it's done, pure joy. There it is. I like that. Much appreciated. So that's Tony's channel there. I'm going to continue on. I got another Russell Dodderman cover. He did a bunch for Marauders, and I absolutely love those covers. This is the one with Emma, Storm, and Emma. I'm just inputting my Storm, modern Storm keys, or not keys, covers. Here is another Russell Dodderman Storm cover. I need to find a convention where Russell Dodderman goes, because he is amazing. This is the ones he does where he has all the different variants of the character. So cool. So cool. Russell Dodderman, you're a beast. I am not certain who is this one, but this is the null version of Storm. Nullified, it says. The Storm as null variant. There it is. Let's see. Have you got any bad? I'm doing X-Men books and then slabs to get started today, but I do need to do some Bat books for sure. Here's another Dodderman cover. This is a Marauders issue 4. Like I said, that original run of Marauders, which had Kitty and Storm together on a team. Lots of great covers in there. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to get to those last. I've got a few that are like ratio variants, and I'm curious what it does. So I'm just going to keep going for a little bit further. I got this really nice Peach Momoko variant for X-Men Red, which I really love. And I know my man, Albert Loves Comics, made me a journal with this cover. So good. Albert did such a great job. Numb the taste buds now, Tony. Dipping his tongue in hot wax. Oh, so good. Okay, so I believe some of these are now ratio variants, and I'm going to find out maybe when I scan it. I don't know if it tells you if it's a ratio variant. It is, yeah. Stephanie Hans, 1 in 25. If Ian is still in the chat, he knows I love Stephanie Hans covers, but Stephanie Hans Storm covers, come on. I'm an addict for those books. Got to do it. I still cannot see me using CLZ, says Kev. I understand that, Kevin, and I'm breaking down because I do think it's necessary now that my collection is finally at a place where I feel like I've reached what I've wanted to do for most of my collection. It's been fun to kind of go back through, and kind of look at it again. Ooh, let's see here. Here is a design variant. Let's see what it says about that book. It doesn't look like it's a ratio variant, but this is the Planet Size X-Men Storm for the Hellfire Gala. I still think this is an underrated key because ultimately this is when the colonization of Mars happens. And I think that that's an important event in the history of Marvel. All right, now I've got some Art Adams variants. Oh, no, I got one more Stephanie Hans, maybe. Let's see what this one is. Nope, Miguel Mercado, 1 in 25. Look at that cover. Jigs is just happy he's gotten me. He won me over. I did snag a bunch of 1 in 25s over the last couple of years whenever there's a great Storm cover. So that's what I'm hoping to kind of see here. It's kind of cool. John, wait till you go to a comic store and are unsure if you have that book. Just whip out that phone. What is going on? Legion of Comics is in the chat. Thank you, Mark, for coming by. We are tinkering with CLZ for the very first time. And enjoying some of the functionality of the program. So of the app. I'm loading my Storm variants. This is the Art Adams cover for Avengers X-Men Eternals. Had to get that. And then now we've got these two really great Art Adams, and I think these were 1 in 10s or 1 in 25s. 1 in 25s. This is the Storm as Thor Art Adams cover. Absolutely beautiful. X-Men Red issue 3. And then he also did one for Storm and the Brotherhood. That is the incentive Art Adams variant, I believe is what it's called. So yeah, that gives me some choices here. And I'm going to pick the incentive. Let's see what it says about that. I mean, it's the right cover. So it's an incentive variant. It doesn't tell me what the ratio or any of that is. But there it is. Art Adams Glory. I think he's been doing a great job with these variants, and I really dig them. So I'm sorry if people are not into his style, but I will say that went far better than I had expected it to go. I'm curious to see some of the ones that don't have the barcode. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to do this last one. I had another plant, the cover A, I think, Planet Size X-Men. Nope. The C cover, sorry. Add to collection. This is the one with all the ladies on the staircase. So cool. Sorry. I mean, so many of the best ladies in X-Men right there. Magic, Storm, Jean, and Rogue right there. Looking all boss. Let's see. Gotta love Art Adams Storm, right? Absolutely. Everybody's saying hi to Mark. So awesome. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Bigby doing a huge giveaway this afternoon at the end of the comic book shout out. So if you guys aren't subbed up to Bigby, definitely cruise on over there and make sure you're watching, right? John, take your phone off silent. Oh, is that what it is? There, see, this is why I need you guys in the chat. You want to hear that dee noise? Is that what it is? All right. So let's take a look here at these. So firstly, you all know I'm a big David Nakayama fan, and he's drawn Storm, and he's doing it in several different colors. I definitely need to get them. So I'm gonna open one of these up, and the barcode is on the back of these, so I can scan it that way. Which means if I was smarter, and I'm not, but if I was, what I could do is lift the backing board and not touch the comic. Lift the backing board and scan through the backing board, which I scan through the bag. Sorry. Oh, I don't want to do it 2 times. Calm down. So this is cover K, the David Nakayama variant. Got it. Added. Boom. Lift the board. Thank you, says Chet. See, sometimes I do it right. Sometimes I do okay. I love David Nakayama. I think David Nakayama may be my favorite current cover artist. He's just so freaking good. Bye, Kevin. I hope you have a good day. I'm sure you're probably working hard today. I appreciate you, sir. SideQuest says, love this app to see if I have a book when I'm out hunting. There it is. So yeah, lifting the board is just a simple little trick, and some people cotton to it and others don't. All right, so let's try it and see if it works on this. The black version. Now this one is signed, so I'm probably going to add a little notation to let people know that it's signed. But let's see if it gives me the alternate colored version, the black version. It does. I love this. And I'm going to add a little note here. Let's see. Where can I add? I've never done this before, so I'm going to add some notes here. Looks like maybe in the tagged section. No. Quantity, grade, storage, purchased. Is there a place to add details? Add a tag? Is that what it is? Just the tag of signed? Signed. Search. Nope. Didn't applying a tag. Let's see here. Always show. So yeah, literally you can edit the book. It has a signed section under the value tab. Value. Price purchased. Grading company owner. Is this after I've put it in? Maybe it's after I've input it. I go back in. Price purchase. No. Store bought. Select. Oh, you can tell what store you bought it from. Oh my God. Good Lord. John, there's a field for signed. I love it. Storage box. Let's see. Add the book first. Okay. That's what people are saying. Add the book first. Delete. All right. So then if I go to the issue, so then I've got to go into my collection and go to that issue and edit it to say, let's see here, Oh my goodness, there's so much information here. Whoa, sorry. Edit. Immortal X-Men issue 1, the Unknown Comics exclusive, the date, the barcode, the format, the pages. Holy guacamole, there's a lot here. Wow. Yikes. Now you can edit. Yes, edit after you input. Okay, that's cool though. They tell you the plot of the book. Holy guacamole. Personal, in my collection, storage box. Wow, you can pick the box that it's in. And then there's a notes section. And I think that's probably where I'm just going to write signed by DNA. That's cool. Okay, I'm done with that. That's cool. I feel like this stream has triggered Chet. Oh, is Chet upset? Did I make him mad? I mean, usually he's mad. Let's be honest. There's a field for signed. Let's just see where I can find that out. Personal. Is it under personal? Under value, maybe? Grading company, label, type. God, this is so interesting. There's a lot to it. There's a lot going on here. This is very curious. There's so much information to really get out of this that I can see this really becoming like all absorbing, right? All right, so I'm going to go back to scanning books in with the barcode, but that was cool that worked really well, and that I got the alternate black version popped up instantly. That's pretty cool. Notes would be good to remind you if it was gifted by someone. That's great, Scott. Southern Comic Geek, Jason. That's a great point. That is a great point. And I used to put, and sometimes my books, like I showed you, have little colored stickers where I would write that information in, but that's a great point. What is up, Jay? This is good to see you. Happy Saturday. We are playing with the CLZ app, and I got one more of these Storm David Nakayama variants. I had to get all the different colors, so let's go with yellow this time. And I'm going to, like I was doing before, making Chet happy, just slide the board up, leave the comic in the bag, and then scan the barcode that way. There she is. That great yellow variant. This one might be my favorite. I think I like the yellow, the gold yellow the best, but that's just me. Adding it to the collection and done. And whoop. Stormy. You are looking good, girl. All right, let me go to that book and edit it. And I'm just going to add a little personal note that it's signed by DNA, which is a really cool name for an artist to have. I'm just going to say he goes by DNA. All right, cool. Back to adding books in. And this looks like a Lucas Wernick maybe variant. But again, because it's one of those battle lines or Stormbreakers, the barcode's not on the front. Rob says one of the cool features is if you enter slabs and enter the slab's serial number, it will create a hyperlink to the grader's notes. Now, Rob, does that work only if you still have a CGC account? Do you need to have the CGC account to make that work? That was my worry. My worry is that because I don't any longer have a CGC account, I wouldn't have access to all that stuff. But I'd be curious. Because that seems like the proprietary stuff that CGC is always trying to keep for themselves, you know. You will eventually get sick of that scanning sound. Turn it off. You don't want to be like Tony. Simon. I'm here to make Jigs happy. This is a Jigs science experiment that he got me trying out here. Okay. Rob says you don't need an account. Okay, the grader's notes will be free. That's cool. So here's a Young Guns Storm variant by Adam Cutter. I thought it was a really cool variant. Boom. I'll turn the volume down a little bit for you, Simon. So that's the best of both worlds. It's the quieter sound, but Jigs gets to hear his noises. All right. I'm down to the last few Storm covers, and then I'll move on to some slabs because I know I've been taking up a lot of people's time. So this is of course, the Alex Ross variant covers. And none of those have the barcode on the front. Bigby is running. Hope to see you guys later. He's saying he's got his giveaway tonight. So if you're over there, I'll see you in the chat. There it is. Add two. Oh yeah, I didn't click add for those last two. All right, let me do this again. I made a mistake, so I get to do this again. Yes. Okay. Oh, no, it kept it. Okay. So here's what I did. Learn from my mistake. I scanned that Marauders and then got to talking. And then I scanned this Timeless variant and got to talking. And it kept both. They're both still right there. And I can hit add to the collection, and it will add both of those comics to the list. That's pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Even though I made the mistake, the app is taking care of me. The app is saying, don't worry, big guy. You're not all here, but we are. That's what they're saying. Rob says that CGC and CBCS comics work and that you get the Graders Notes information for those comics. Jason is saying now EGS or PGX. Is that true? I know that sucks for you since you have a lot of their slabs. All right, so I got the Storm Jusco card, masterpiece card variant. So cool. This is, and I try to write down on the back what comic it is because sometimes I forget. Oh, is that a Sword issue? Is that a Marauders issue? Which one is it? So that just helps me to remember, so I know what I'm doing here. Let's see here. Got it. Storm issue 2, but that's not the cover I wanted. So I'm going to expand the options and scroll down to find the cover that I want. Because the cover that I want is the Joe Jusko card variant. There it is. Marvel Masterpieces. And I'm going to add that one. So I saw that the cover was different than the one I wanted, and I just went in and kind of picked it. This is cool. This is cool. I got to say, it's far better functionality than I was worried it would have. So I'm very pleased, especially with the modern books, how simple it is. This amazing Marauders cover was courtesy of my man. Oh my God. Oh my God. My Hulk homie to the north. Oh my God, my brain. Too much going on. I'm going to drink some coffee. I'm going to take a deep breath. Jeffrey Comic-Con Henson. Sorry, Jeffrey. He got 2 of these and sent one to me with the little card on the back. The Unknown Comics limited number card. So there are 600 of these Marauders issue 2 variants. Beautiful, beautiful cover with Storm and a Sentinel. I'm all about it. I am a little hooked, Jigs. I'm a little. You got me. How do you know that Rob and I have codes in, but no link on some? I don't know what that means. Coffee is a pre-workout drink. Oh, Chedai. There it is. Marauders 2D, the Kale New cover. And I'm adding that in. Sorry, Jeffrey. My brain went a little haywire there. When you enter the slab serial number and select the grading company, the number becomes clickable. That's awesome. Because I'm doing slabs next after this last Storm cover. This isn't all my Storm variants. They're just the most recent era. This amazing Jen Bartel, which I think I owe JP credit for pointing this one out to me, because then I went out and hunted it down. Really great cover. All right. Sliding the backing board up. Get that barcode. That was fast. Boom and boom. This is cover R for Marvel Comics 100, the Bartel variant. There we go. Boom. That is done. So I have now finished my Storm variants. I did not want to try to finish a whole box on this live stream because here I've been going an hour and 10 minutes and all I've done is this big stack of Storm books and that small stack of X-Men books. I'm not an impressive individual. Instead, what I'm going to just do is tinker with a few different ways of doing this. So I've got slabs over here on this side of me. I'm going to try entering some slabs next. So I'm going to close down the barcode thing and see what's going on here. Gore Vidal's in the chat. He says, hey, John, I sent you a message about a new book concerning Siskel and Ebert, 2 of my favorite critics from back in the day, obviously. Very curious. I'll have to check that message. Thank you, Gore. I appreciate you doing that. A 24-hour stream. More than likely, Air Spider in the chat, cover R. No, Marvel did not make too many variants. I remember when they had like A, B, B. They had gone through the whole alphabet. Right. I'm not going to do a 24-hour stream, but more than likely over this next week, I'll do a few of these live streams just clearing through these boxes and doing stuff. So interesting. Mine aren't clickable. Wonder what I'm doing wrong. Well, I'm going to learn right now, and I'm going to try entering some of these slabs I've got here in the box next to it. Firstly, I'm going to flip the box around because I have it backwards. Oops. And then I'm going to start with this God Loves Man Kills fifth print. 9/8 signed by Claremont. I'm curious if I need to, I'm going to try scanning the comic barcode first and just make this mistake. See what happens. How many books do you have, John? I have over 5,000 CLZ. I just started. So right now I probably have like 80. No, not even that probably. I probably have 50 in my CLZ. I have near to 30 short boxes, give or take. Some are slab boxes and have fewer books, and some are traditional short boxes, and some are smaller sized short boxes. Feel free to jump on my Outback stream and just hang out and scan. You may find me on more of these streams, so I would happily do that, my man. Absolutely. I need to be on more of your shows anyways, man. Okay. So I'm going to just try scanning the barcode of the slab. It may do nothing. It may not even work at all. I'm just curious what it'll do. It doesn't like it. It does not like that slab's barcode. And I don't think the comic has a barcode. So I'm going to just do the old traditional series lookup and then I guess add the details after, which I believe is what most of you have told me to do for slabs, is just go in, if it doesn't have a barcode, add it, and then edit it. So let's do that. So the series is called Marvel Graphic Novel. Okay, I'm going to go back to the OG, and this is issue 5. Dang, there's a bunch of Captain Marvels. Woo, scroll. New Mutants. There we go. The 5th printing. Boom. Got it. Add to collection. I have some raw first prints, but this is my only slab one. Angry Otter says, how you doing, beautiful people? Good to see you, Angry Otter. I hope you're not too angry. CLZ does not scan the slab barcodes. Yeah. What's up, Toby? Have you have the stated price hikes began? I don't know. Are there price hikes coming? Let's see. Then you sync with the cloud after each session. Oh my goodness. So complicated, Joe. Has anybody ever had the problem? This is a good tech problem question. If you choose not to sync to the cloud, is there danger of losing your information? Let me know. I'm curious about that. Price increases starting in January. All right. Good to know. The grade for mine is a 9/8 near mint. The grading company is CGC. It does not allow me right here to enter that it's a signed copy, but that is good. That's all there. I don't remember the price I paid, so I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to add it to the collection. There we go. Comic has been added. Now, if I go to my copy, I can edit mine. Let's see here and see if I can. It's asking for the barcode. No, let's go to my personal copy. In my collection. I'm just going to see where I can add things inside of here. Cover, links, URLs, creators, the value. It's a slab 9/8. Does it have a CGC label type? There it is. Perfect. Signature series. Yep. It is not a custom label, and it's signed by Chris Claremont. Claremont signature. All right. I got that. Custom label. Slab certification number. Is that maybe what it's asking for? Syncing to the cloud also is helpful if you subscribe to both the mobile app and the browser app like you do. Okay. If your data is local only, then any loss of the local device results in lost data. There you go. Good to know. Gonna get a bit of shut eye before only slabs. All right. Simon, we'll catch you later if you're on only slabs. Much appreciated, man. Let's see here. Okay. So the slab certification number, and probably doesn't let me scan it, but let me just try typing it in. 1, I'm not going to read those numbers out loud, I realize. Although you can probably just find them on my Instagram. Okay. Okay. So now if I go to the issue 98 signature series, is there a spot for me to tap the slab certification number? I tapped it and it took me straight to CGC. I don't want to sign up for their thing. And it lets me, the item is not found. Did I type it wrong? It is not, it is saying item not found. Oh, I put too many digits in. Even with these guys, I'm still messing up. Okay, done. Let me go back to the item. Let me update the number. So I've got to edit that and go into the personal section. No, it was in the value section. Sorry. And delete, and fix that last digit there. Done. But that was cool. It did take me directly over to CGC. By once I'm done, the page looks something like this. Sorry. Bye, Kingpin. Thanks for coming by, and I appreciate all the advice and help. This is my book, and it tells me a little bit about it, and I can scroll up, and at the bottom is the barcode. And when I tap it, I went straight to CGC, and it told me about it. A fifth printing, white pages, 9.8. It was graded in 2014. That's why it's got the older slab case, which I do need to get redone. Signed by Claremont on the first page on February of 2014. That's cool. No grader's notes because it was probably too old to have grader's notes, but that is cool. I'm an idiot. Trying to click and edit wouldn't work. Okay, there we go. We figured it out together. See, we're learning together. This is so freaking cool. All right. Well, I appreciate that. That was cool. This is the only magazine size slab I own. I am considering having it go back in and getting a newer case. My local comic shop does that. And since I'm no longer a CGC member, I was just going to ask them the next time they're submitting to send this along and get it the nicer, newer case. No grader's notes because it's a 9.8. I mean, that's also true. That's also true, Rob. All right, let's try. I've got a CBCS, New Mutants issue number 1 in a 9.4. So let's, no barcode, direct edition. Let's add a new comic here. This is fun. I'm going to say this is fun. I'm having fun with this. Do 9.6s have grader's notes? It depends. And I, as far as I know, CGC above like a 9.2 doesn't always include grader's notes. And I did not, even when I was submitting, a lot of the 9.2s and 9.4s I sent in didn't get grader's notes on the way back, which I find disappointing. I do feel like anything that's not a 9.8 should have notes. That's just me. As a collector, I do feel like that's something that should happen. Okay, New Mutants, Volume 1. Here's an interesting thing I've noticed, and maybe CLZ fans can tell me. When I search for a series, so I searched for New Mutants. When I find it, the last issue in the run is the icon. So that's issue number 100 from Volume 1. Why isn't it issue number 1? Wouldn't it be the first issue? Just a thought. Direct edition. I don't think there's anything else about it. Not a newsstand, not a Canadian. Okay, perfect. Badoo, badoo. It is a 9.4. And it is a CBCS. Slabbed. Oh, I didn't hit. Oh. There's a button for slabbed or raw, and I don't think I did it on that last one. Even though I put it in as CGC. Oopsie daisy. Add to the collection. I feel a sneeze coming on. Sorry. Woo. CGC does not require their graders to enter notes, so the higher the grade, the less likely there are notes. But I have a 7.0 and lower that don't have notes. All right, so I go back and I go to that issue and I edit it, go to the value section, and I enter the certification number here. So let's do a CBCS. Ooh, there's a lot of like dashes. Does anybody know if I need to include the dashes when I'm entering the barcode? I'm curious if that throws anything off. If you do or you don't add those barcodes, pieces to the barcode. All right, done. Interesting, done. Now I'm going to scroll down. I see the barcodes there, and it's jumping me to CBCS Comics. Got a photograph. Nope, sorry, no image. It was trying to load a photograph that it says no image. So there you go. Certified off-white to white 9.4. There's even spine stress breaks the color, bends on the bottom, spine, back cover, and tiny crease at the top of the spine. That's cool. I got the notes right there, dude. This is dope. That's pretty awesome. All right, well, there you go. First 2 slabs done. I got to put this guy back in its panties. I'm going to do a few more. I've got ooh, sorry, that sneeze is really there. Let's jump to Ms. Marvel. This is a book I got this last year. Very, very happy with this one. I've completed my Ms. Marvel run. I have all of those issues now. So I'm assuming the barcode won't work on the older books, but I'm going to try it because it's fun. And maybe we'll get a little delete noise because this is a newsstand copy. Oh! GTFO, my friends, it did pop. 1978 comic, and it gives me the full run, and I just scroll down to issue 18, hit it, and then quit it. Get out of here, my man. Add to collection. I got to edit this to be a CGC. 9.4 is correct. Slabbed is correct. Add to the collection. Whew. What is Paul Big O is in the chat, my man? We are playing around with the CLZ app and having a little bit of too much fun. Let's go into the value section. I'm going to add the label, the slab certification number. Let's see here. And then we'll see how well we jump over to hear the flaws of this book. Done. Scrolling down. So now that the book is in there, it's got, the covers on there. First full appearance of Mystique. Scrolling down, tabbing that slab certification number, jumping over to CGC. I don't need the newsletter right now. No graders notes. This is a 9.4. It's got the basic information. It was slabbed in 2017. So there you go, which might be on the label. I don't know if that ever appears on the label. It is not, but there you go. Beauty. Ruben Guzman, Ruby G, what is going on? Cowabunga to you. So there is my first full appearance of Mystique. Add that to the collection through the CLZ app. So we are at an hour, 23 minutes. So let's do a little update on what's going on. Let's check in with all of you who have been sticking with me. I've had at least 20 people this whole time. So huge thank you to you all for coming by. What is happening is I was on a show about a week and a half ago with my man Jigs over on Jigs Kingdom. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but if he is, you can follow him over to his channel. And he was using the app to input his new comics. And I was joking about how I grew up in the generation that you just kept a written tally. You wrote down. In fact, I used to tape it to the top of every short box, so you could see exactly what issues were in that box or which issues were in that box. And then I would keep a separate copy in my wallet or my car or whatever when I went hunting. There he is. There's the guy. There's the guy. And I did it always that way. And there was something I liked about it. There was something comforting about it. And I'm not going to ever stop. I don't know if I've got one of my most recent ones, but I used to have I should have brought it for visual cue, but I don't have it near me. Apologies that I should have had that near me, but I don't. But I used to have one where I would write down all the issues in a certain run. Say there's 30 issues in a certain run, and then I would highlight them as I got them. And it was very satisfying. It's a very satisfying feeling. Bye, Rob. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate it. He says he's been using CLZ for 5 years. Please reach out if you have any questions. Appreciate that. What is up, Tony? The Signature King is in the chat. What is going on, my man? And I liked the tactile nature of that, and I liked, highlighting out books as I got them, and it was very gratifying. But at the same time, you can waylay it, misplace it, and have other issues fundamental with that, or that you forget to bring it when you go to the shop and you buy multiple copies of things. There are drawbacks to any system, right? My battery on my phone dies, whatever. So this is just an attempt for me to try this out and maybe potentially take my collection information to a more modern age, right? A little bit more. Who knows? What is up? Chillmonger, he says, did you highlight the important ones read like Hickman? That would be the smart move, right? I got to go back in later, I understand, and try to update information with specific details if I want later on, right? Use a lot of people still use Excel spreadsheets for sure and keep versions of their list that way. And I may download or offload this whole thing when I'm done so that I have a hard copy somewhere at some point. Lasso is saying, do it now. But he's been pushing it for a while too. I don't mean to give all the credit to Jigs, but Jigs was sort of the last domino that knocked all the other ones down. Ryan has been pushing me to do this for a while. So shout out to you, Ryan, as well. Magic Lasso has been, and Tony. Magic Lasso and Tony have been big pushers on this. So what I did today, I got out my oldest issues of Uncanny X-Men and started inputting those. And then I got out my modern Storm variants, all these different Virgin variants, ratio variants, incentive variants, and tried to enter a bunch of those to see how that goes. And then I tested some slabs. I just did 3 slabs from one of my slab boxes. And this has just been a way to sort of test drive this program and see how it goes. So far, very happy with it. I will say this live stream has been incredibly helpful, having people like yourselves in the chat giving me advice and giving me some guidance and heckling me, all very useful things. So that's been very wonderful. I will say last week, I spent a lot of time reorganizing my collection and getting it into a better state where I could access things a little more easily and books were back where they belong, which made this a little more possible. And I also knew that I would be off for Thanksgiving break here for the next week or so. So I knew I would have some time on my hands to just every once in a while join a live stream or listen to somebody's live stream and add a bunch of these books. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to finish this slab box and then end this stream. Now, that might take me a while because there's a lot in there. But I know a raw box would probably take me longer. So I'm going to try to do this slab box next to me. And then I'll probably be on and off streams the rest of the day, just kind of doing some of the rest of these boxes as I work through my collection. So let's go back to the slabs over here. This slab box is really just the newest stuff that I haven't necessarily sorted and organized. And in that way, it's a little bit more scatterbrained than my other slab boxes. So it's got some indies, it's got some Marvel DC keys, and then it's got a sort of more recent X-Men books in it. So it's a little bit of everything. So let's jump into, yeah, I got 2 great Storm variants. I got the Hellfire Gala issue of Planet Size X-Men 1, the one that looks like the magazine. Again, I think this is an underrated key because it's when they colonize Mars. The book doesn't say anything about that. It just tells you that where the exclusive comes from. And there's some info on that in the back there. What is up, Marcus? Good to see you, my friend. How you doing, sir? He says, lovingly caress that life button, man. Just like a pimp named Slaughter would ask you to. Signature King says, CLZ has a lot of customization features, which made me switch years back. I guess I got grandfathered in. And there were a few people in this chat that said that they had been grandfathered in as well. Paul says it's one of the nicest platforms to use for keeping an accurate database. I like that a lot. Same here. It looks like Paul was grandfathered in as well. I love that. That's so badass. I love that. I mean, I get this too, Ruby, and I was definitely a holdout for a long time. People like Jigs, Tony, and Ryan telling me for the longest time that I needed to get my act together. And that's ultimately why we're here right now. All right, so I'm going to go back to adding books. I'm going to go back to barcodes. Planet size X-Men. Here we go. Beep. I got it. It's the David Nakayama, again, DNA all day variant. I'm going to add that down there. I'm going to add it to the collection. It is a CGC 9.8. Got to make sure that that's up to date. And that's it. I don't think I need to add any more info, but I will, when I add it to the collection, I'm going to try to add the barcode at the same time. For those that are just joining, I learned that if you add the barcode for the label, if it's a CGC or CBCS, you can tap that barcode once it's input, and it'll take you directly to CGC or CBCS, and you can read their information if there is any. All right, so now I go to that book. I edit it, and I go to the value section, and it says slab certification number, and that's where I input this stuff. Let's see. And then once the number is in, and I hit return and done, then I have access to it and can tap the information. Now, there's no information for this because it's a 9.8. It's not going to have any extra info that I have to worry about. And here's another planet size X-Men variant. I've ultimately been trying to get all of them because I think it's a cool key book, right? Circumstances, Marcus is saying it's crucial. SideQuest is saying it'll get faster and easier when you learn the stuff. What I like is you don't have to do everything in the app, just what you want. Very personal now. Okay, that's cool. And I wanted this stream to be the trial and error of learning how to do this stuff, right? The mistakes that go along with it. Let's see. I'm done with that. Back to adding books. Back to that barcode. All right. There's the Dodderman cover, or not the Dodderman, the Dodson cover. Add it to the collection. CGC 9.8 slab. Boom. And then I'm going to, and then I will enter the information. I'm going to try to get in the habit of entering that barcode as quickly and often as I can, because I want to just have it all there. 9292. Oh, I'm saying the barcode out loud. I should not do that. I don't know if that is it actually like possible that somebody could like steal that information? I don't know what the barcode gets somebody. I know people that like blur the barcodes when they post them on their Instagram and stuff. Seems a little bit over the top. Now you're cooking with fish grease. Oh, my man Jigs. Love you, brother. I appreciate you, sir. All right. There was those. Ooh, here's a classic. X-Men Annual. Look at that. One of those great Bill Sienkiewicz covers. Dracula and Storm Get Out. Come on. I love this cover. And when we reread this book for Omni X-Men, I was like, dude, I need to get a 9.8. And the 9.8s of this book are stupid cheap. They are stupid cheap. You should all have one. Everyone needs one. We all should get one. All right. No barcode. I got to go to series. I probably have to enter X-Men Annual, don't I? Volume 1 X-Men. It's probably Uncanny X-Men Annual. Yeah, it's probably Uncanny X-Men. I got to do Uncanny. Uncanny X-Men Annual, Volume 1. There we go. Now we're cooking with grease. Fish grease? Is that what he said? Fish grease. Fish grease. What's up, Joey? He said there could be a channel sponsorship in your future. I've never done that. I've had people offer, and I've always been like, I don't feel comfortable. I just had somebody recently ask if they could send me product materials, and if I liked them, I could do a video about it. But I'm like, I don't know. Would that be weird? It seems weird to me. All right, direct edition, newsstand, or Canadian price. This is the newsstand, or the direct edition, sorry. Add it to the collection. It is a 9.8. It is CGC. It is slabbed. Add to the collection. And then I'm going to back out of here, and I'm going to edit that book to include this barcode in the value section. Slab certification. There we go. Let's see. All right, I think I got that one done. I'm showing this video on my show Wednesday after. Everyone needs to see it. Says Jigs. Peace out, Kyle. Thanks, brother. Yes, Side Comics. This is one of my favorite early Storm covers. I've talked a little bit about how she didn't really get a lot of like prominent cover appearances early in the day. We could probably all guess why. And I love when she does get a really good spot. Yeah, it took till Mark Silvestri's run when you finally started getting her like solo covers and stuff. That Will Sportasio one, freaking amazing. I need to get a slab 9/8 of that one. All right, so that is done. I can go back to scanning the books again. Ooh, where is Southern Comic Geek still in here? I got this from Southern Comic Geek, the banana cover. Love it. 0 barcode to scan here. This is going to be a fun one to do. There is 0 barcode on this book. So I'm going to have to get into it. Wolverine issue 1, the C2E2 2020 variant. Nothing to scan, limited to 3,000, and this is $20.59. I have never gotten an offer like that, John. You big time. I mean, I've gotten a few where it's like, "Ooh, would you review this book, or would you review these products and things?" I don't know. The only time you call a picture of a woman a night and get away with it. You guys are hilarious. Okay, Wolverine. And I don't know what volume this is. It's got to be the most recent. Yeah, volume. There it is, 2020. Boom. Issue number 1. But I got to then probably find which variant it is. Where are the view alls? No, I'm going to go back. Oh, there they are. Wow, look at all the variants. Holy cow. Scrolling. There it is. John Tyler Christopher negative space variant. Add that to the collection. The banana cover is BANANAS. Slab 9/8, not CGC. This is CBCS. Add that to the collection. This is far easier than I was expecting it to be. I was expecting more hilarious John shenanigans of like, wow, I can't get this to work. Oh, man, I can't. This is so complicated. Instead, no, I'm not having those kinds of issues. Very user-friendly program here so far. I don't like when they include letters in there, and then I got to jump out and just stick to numbers. Just stick to the numbers, man. And I think Rob was saying you've got to enter the dashes in there as well. It's important to have that, especially for the CBCS slabs that are different from the CGC, right? All right, done. And it's entered in there. I love it. I wonder if it tells you when I open it in the information. It does. Okay, cool. So when I tapped the barcode number and I went into CBCS to hear the information on this book, it tells you which one of the 3,000 copies this is because they're numbered directly on the cover here in the corner. So it's 2059 of 3,000 and it says it right there. That is cool. I like that. All right, I got to put him back in the panties here. Logan, go back in your home. That's your home in there. Are you too good for your home? Okay. Let's go next. I've got this Mike Mayhew variant for X-Men issue 10. I like that they show all those special covers too. Yeah, it's really interesting to see them all listed there. Barcode is on the back. I love it. So let's get back in the app here. I'm moving a lot quicker. People were saying you'll get used to it. You'll go fast. It's definitely speeding up. Boom. Got it. Add to the collection. This is a CGC version. 9/8 slabbed. Got it. The golden apple variant. Love it. Now I'm going to go back in and I'm going to edit to include the barcode in the value section here. So I'm sorry, this is taking a little longer. Calling them panties is super uncomfortable for me. I think it's just funny. It makes me giggle. That always somebody did that on a live stream I was on, and I just was like, okay, I'm going to do that for the rest of my life. But I get it. I mean, I get it. It's a little cringy, maybe a little cringy. All right, Mike Mayhew, I got you. Back in the bag. All right. Next, we've got this awesome cover with Kitty Pryde coming through the book, which is so great. I wanted her like back on this side, like she's climbing through it. That's what I wanted. That's what I wished it had, but it doesn't have it. Okay. Adding a book, barcode time. Beep, beep. And there she is, Kitty Pryde. Add to collection and 9.8 CGC. Boom. All right. So now I can click on that and edit this B. It's the B cover with the barcode. This is a lot easier than I thought, I gotta say. There we go. I'm glad I brought my new glasses. I got new glasses about 3 weeks ago. I needed a new prescription, firstly, but I also, it's been a while since I'd gotten a prescription. I needed it. All right. If they paid the artist to draw a back cover, I would pay an extra $1, says Chillmonger. But they lose the advertising space in some cases, right? The company's logo or whatever for those variants. Ooh, there's the barcode. This is X Factor. I love this. I think I got this from my man Daymers. I bought it off of him. Virgin variant for X Factor 4, but I don't know if you can see the reasons why I might have bought this book, but they're there. All right. Back to scanning the barcode. Beep, beep. There she is. X Factor 4 cover H. Add to the collection 9.8 CGC slabbed. Boom. Okay. Toby says, why would you have a sealed book so it can't open it to read it? It's a great question. I think there's lots of reasons to slab, and I'm not a huge slab collector, but I've certainly expanded what I've got. And there's several reasons. One, I think to protect the book, an additional layer of protection, but there's ways to do that without paying a grader. Two, I think to have a standard, whether you agree with those companies' standards, but to have a standard of a grading standard so that you can look to others and say, look, this is of this range, of this value. So protection, value. And then, of course, there's resale. If I ever wanted to sell these books, it's easy to sell to a customer who can't hold it in their hands and say, oh, look, it's independently, this company is claiming this is the grade. Right or wrong, that I can at least hold up. Lastly, and this is for, tragically for our families who might get these books when we pass on. Number one, it's easy for them to then sell it. Number two, it's easy for them in cases of insurance or, any kind of issues over value and argument to be able to just independently say, no, look, this is what a book is worth. I don't want to derail us because we're almost at 2 hours. My brother married into a very famous family. They worked at Disneyland and they were closely connected with the creation and running of Disneyland for many, many, many years. And when that patriarch passed away in that family, he had an epic comic book collection. And most of them were raw. And the issue they had was the books had to be sold for the trust. And the trust struggled to come up with accurate values for those books because they weren't slabbed. So they couldn't just divide the books up in some fashion. They had to then, in this case, they chose to just sell them raw and do an auction. But they could have paid to slab all of them and then have an accurate pricing, at least range for that priced book at that grade, and then use that to create the funds for the trust. And I tried to push him to do that, but the rest of the family weren't comic collectors and couldn't understand why I would be the one on that side of the fence. But that's another reason why, right? So I added that X Factor book. Now I want to make sure I entered the barcode. I did not enter the barcode yet, so I'm going to go and do that. But those are some reasons why I think people would slab. And maybe I missed one. If anybody in the chat wants to add another reason, please do. I'm sure there's other reasons maybe that people might want to slab books. Okay, done. And now the barcode is in there. I love it. Okay, and I can go back to that. Nostalgia is just a word. Does smelling the paper mean that much? I mean, truthfully, there are books I don't need to slab, but if I want to smell that nostalgia, I get it. I can certainly do that. And I have omnibuses and hardcovers to read those and digital ways to read them. So it doesn't mean I won't ever get a chance to read these books, because most of them I have read. But those other reasons might be reasons why you'd want a book slabbed. All right, here we go. Into those New Mutants. Here we go. Let's see. Can I? Oh, there it is. New Mutants. I got to go into the series and scroll all the way to 87. Where are you, Cable? Where you at, Cable? This is a newsstand edition. Mark Jewelers. No, this is not a Mark Jewelers. This is the regular old Newsy. Add to collection. It is not a 9.8, so I'm going to adjust that to a 9.2. Slabbed. Add to collection. I started using this app to make a wish list. Instead of adding to collection, I created add to wish list. That's cool. I like that. That's really clever. That's a good way to utilize this. I'm gonna have to add that to the things I need to do on this app now. Value slab number. Here we go. There must be a way eventually for them to maybe scan these barcodes. I think that would be a valuable thing to add to their app, is to just scan the barcode to input that, right? And of course, I got that one, and I got this one too, Deadpool. Here we go. And the barcode for this one, there is none. That's a direct edition. What was I thinking? All right. Let's add. I'm going to go by series. I'm going to go by New Mutants, Volume 1, and I'm going to flip it because I just need 98. It's right there at the top. It's not a facsimile, not an Australian price variant. It's not a bargain. Direct edition. There you at. 1991. Add to collection. This is a CGC 9.4. And add to collection. What are we doing? I still got 18 people here. Like, this is entertaining. I'm glad that it's moderately entertaining, I hope. Let's add the barcode in the value section. So I got these two slabbed myself when I was slabbing books. I had purchased these from a good friend of mine. White Whale Comics was trying to thin his collection a little bit when he moved. And he's like, I don't need my New Mutants books. Do you want them? And I think I bought 3, and I've already scanned them all. The New Mutants 1, 87, and 98, which I didn't have copies of anymore. I had given mine away or lost mine, or they'd been destroyed. So when he gave me them, he said, look, I don't think any of these have been pressed or cleaned before. You may consider trying to get a grade bump. And so I took the Deadpool and the Cable, and I got them pressed and cleaned and submitted. And I think the Deadpool got a bump up from a 9.2 to a 9.4. The Cable stayed consistent as a 9.2. So I did get a grade bump on one of them, at least, which is cool. That's always nice. All right, so that's all the X-Men books. Let's get into some of the others. How about, oh, wait, I got one more. This was a gift that came in the Gator Guard casing. So it's a Women of Marvel issue 1 variant. It's got a little barcode on the back. I don't know how to enter this one, so I'm going to hold off on that one. You know what? It's a learning experience. Let's do it together. I'm just here so I don't get fined, says Marcus. John, Big Daddy Ross, what's going on? Yeah, still going. JP said, side quest. When your collection is in, you can also pull up just missing books from a certain series in your collection. Then you can hunt those as well. Nice. I appreciate all that. I'm easily entertained, says Ryan. Have you CLZ'd any Dazzler books yet? Nope. I have not gotten that far into my Uncanny X-Men yet. White Whale is bigger in real life than on screen. He truly is. He's one of the only community members who has deigned himself to meet me 3 times in person. It's really a rarity. People don't like, they don't want to deal with me. All right. The series is called Women of Marvel, I believe. Let me see. Is that what it is? Women of Marvel. Yeah. Marvel. This must have been volume. Ooh. I don't know what year. It doesn't give me any of that stuff. Shannon Mayer cover, Women of Marvel. Curious. I'm going to assume that it was the 2002 version. No, 2021. I see it. It's the second volume. That's what it is. Yep, I got it. I figured it out. And they've got the Virgin variant right there. I love it. Add to collection. It is not a CG slab book. It's a raw book. Add to collection. Boom. Okay. Did that. That was cool. That worked out. I was able to suss it out. You can enter by title. The issue I was having, Joe, is because it was sealed in the case, I couldn't really see the title effectively. So I was worried I'd have to unscrew the bolts and take a look. But I was able to figure it out. Let's go to G.I. Joe. I got a G.I. Joe slab right here. The Silent Issue. One of my favorite comics when I was a kid. I loved G.I. Joe. Now I only have 3 G.I. Joe books anymore. I have the first issue, the last issue, and this one right here. All right, so let's see if the barcode will do its thing. There we go. G.I. Joe Volume 1. And I need issue 21. Let's see here. Oh, it's I inverted it. Oops. Oh, it's not there. That's interesting. It doesn't appear. I've never seen this before. So I found G.I. Joe Volume 1, and it doesn't give you... Okay, so I may have to do this one manually. Go to Series, G.I. Joe, The Real American Hero, Marvel, Volume 1. Excuse me. I'm going to flip it. Yep, I got to do it manually. That's why. It was only giving you certain issues inside of there. That's a new thing I've not had to come across before. Let's see where you are, Snake Eyes. There you are. This is the newsstand. It's not a Canadian price variant or a second printing. It's just the newsie. So there we go. Add to collection. Let's see here. What's up, Pocan Joe in the chat? Older barcodes are wonky, says Joe. There you go. I'm learning. So this is a CGC 8.5. Got it. It's a slabbed copy. Got it. And add to collection. So I don't know about you guys. G.I. Joe was my jam as a kid. The comics, the show, the toys. Just give me all the Joe stuff. Give me all the Joe stuff. Edit. And I'm going to add the CGC barcode now. Let's see. And I got this one slabbed as well. I sent this in as a book I wanted to have protected. I was hoping to get a super, super high grade on it because the high grade copies of issue 21 are rare. They're not as common as you might think. I think it's just a book that got read a lot and it has a lot of dark color on the cover, so it has that problem. You're like a kid in a candy store. It's a 9.5 in Canada. Is that what it is? That's funny. I got my coffee. I got my comics. I got my homies. What is going on? Let's see. Do I have any more G.I. Joe? Yes, I do. Here's the final issue of G.I. Joe. I got that one slabbed as well. This is the issue 155, the finale. So I will go back into that series. G.I. Joe. And let's see. Nope. Gonna go back another way. I'm learning how to do this. Look at that. Add. I'm going to go to add series, G.I. Joe. There it is. I'm going to flip it because I want the very last issue. There's newsstands and there's direct editions, and this is a direct edition in a 9.0. I only have issues at adding those obscure indies sometimes. Okay, I get that. Have a good day, all. Danger Room Appointment, The Gym by Chet. Catch you later, sir. All right. This is a 9.0. And I think that is it. Add to collection. And I will go back and edit that book. And add in that information. Okay, there we go. Got it. Figuring it out. So most of these ones I got slabbed have a similar barcode because I did them as a group together. I got some of these books. This book I bought, or I should say, Comic Books NYC bought this for me. And then I'm the one that I had it pressed, cleaned, and slabbed. Let's see. All right. Is there any more G.I. Joe? Nope. Because I think the other one I got is a raw comic. Let's see here. Here is... Nope, I'm going to stick to CGC for a little while, so CBCS can wait. I've been doing a lot of CGCs, so let's just keep that going. I think every kid from the 70s and 80s spent their entire allowance on G.I. Joes and their vehicles. I mean, that's fair. The magician Cagliostro was using alchemy to sell lead for gold. Oh, in this Wonder Woman that you're talking about. I got this as a gift from my man Big Will because he knew I liked Franklin Richards, and this is the first Franklin. Obviously, a nihilist. You know, there's other reasons to like this, but for me, it's Franklin Richards. This is the Franklin Richards key. So let's go add that. I'm going to search the series. I'm going to go it's Fantastic Four Annual. Okay, Fantastic Four Annual. All right. Annual. How do I find that? Let's see. Show all results for Fantastic Four. There it is. Annual volume. Okay. So I need issue 6. I'm going to flip the age grouping here. There it is. The facsimile. This is not the facsimile. This is the real deal. This is a CGC 4.5. Scrolling up. Now we're talking, says Otter. So do you play with comics like the stock market? I don't, Toby. I don't sell often. Instead, what I tend to be trying to start is trading more. So I'm building a collection within my collection of books that I'd be willing to part with in the right scenario for the right trades. So I'm slowly building to that place. And then I'll probably start making videos of what I've got and then trying to find community members that I know, that I trust, that might be interested in trading for some of them. Tony says, hey, John, is this good for any size collection? Is it better for slabs than raw books? I'm definitely still learning, so I can't speak with authority on this. But the chat is full of people who are. I would say I'm noticing no difference. Like for slabs versus raws, it works for all. I would say I wouldn't feel the need to use it if I had a really small collection. Let's say if I had fewer than 8 short boxes, like just a smaller collection, let's say, or, 5 short boxes, I don't know that I would need it. Once your collection gets big enough that you're having trouble finding things, that's when an app like this, I think, gets valuable and functional and useful for people. I'm feeling that sneeze again. It didn't happen last time, but it's getting there. So for me, my collection's to a place now where I don't see myself buying a ton of books over the next few years. So it's a good time to kind of get organized a little bit on it. Does that make some sense? Okay, 4-5 CGC slabbed, add to collection. Boom. I'm going to then go and edit that and put in the barcode for the CGC slab. There it is. And then I'm probably going to be toying with this for the next week or so. So you might see me on other streams just sitting here kind of playing around. Now, I will say, when your question, Toby, as far as the stock market goes, like, I certainly try to be aware of trends. And that's something that comes from watching channels like JP Budget Collecting or whatnot, where I feel like I'm gaining an understanding of trending so that I know, hey, these 3 books are on my hunt list. There's a movie coming for this one in the next year. The movie is about to come out for this one, and there's no movie planned for this one, right? If there's no upcoming alternate media release, there's no rush. I don't have to worry about that, right? I can wait. If the movie is about to drop, I don't want to buy that right now, right? I want to wait and see how the movie does, because if the movie bombs, that book's going to be a deal. If the movie's a long ways off, this is the book I want to get before a trailer comes out. Does that make sense? None of this has to do with reselling. It all has to do with buying it at a better time so that I don't get caught in that like wave, that spike bump, where all of a sudden a book is hot. Between the trailer and the release of a movie or a show, not the time to buy anything, right? Before the trailer, right? Or even before an announcement, if you know that eventually they're going to make that Green Lantern show, snagging that first appearance of, Jon Stewart or Guy Gardner is valuable. Once they've cast the actor, there's a spike, but then people forget about it. And it's possible that Guy Gardner book could come down and you get it before a trailer drops and before the show comes around. Those kinds of things are just, I think it's more market awareness than it is like treating it like a stock, because I am not selling them. So it's not like I'm getting things on the other side, All right. Let's see what is next here. Ooh, here's a good one. Megaton, issue number 3. So this is the first appearance of Dragon, the Savage Dragon, not Paul Dragon. So I don't think there's an actual barcode here. I'm going to have to do a search on this one. I'm very curious about this Megaton. Let's see. It's just called Megaton. I don't see where it is. Megaton. There it is. Issue number 3. Yeah, it is a key. I want that one. Add to collection. It's a CGC 98. Yes, it is. All day. 1 slabbed copy added to the collection. And then I'll add the barcode. This is a book that there's not a massive amount of them slabbed. So it's a great book that I was happy to get pressed, cleaned, and slabbed and get a really nice copy to the collection here. Because I know that I'm never going to get the first appearances of Paul Dragon, the books that were they weren't called Amazing Fantasy, they're Graphic Fantasy, I think is what they were called. Those books are insane because they were basically printed on a personal printer, I believe. Eric Larson was just kind of toying with the idea of characters and stuff, and you won't find quality high copies of that book without paying a house to get them. But this, you can find this in shops and they don't know what they've got. And that's what my LCS sold me 3 copies of this book. And I gave 1 away to I Got Issues. I got 1 slab, then I got 1 raw. Absolutely love it. Let's do Kanto number 1. Yeah, baby. Love this series. Love it, love it, love it. Is there a barcode? There is a barcode. Let's get it. Let's get that barcode all day. I know people were saying that indie comics can be trouble. Sorry, Marcus. I'm taking the bag off. Got it. Kanto 1. Got the little key next to it. Add to collection. CGC 98. Done. All right. Going back. Kanto. Let's add the information here. Edit that to include the barcode. Jigs is still here. Jigs is having a good time. He's like, this is the best show in the world. Listen, 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 listen. John is dropping some knowledge here. I still want that shirt. I want a shirt with this artwork right here. And it just says, listen. really big, great font. I would wear that shirt. I would wear that shirt all the time. So I'm waiting for somebody to make me this shirt. I want this shirt. Listen. All right. So this is a book I got pressed and cleaned. It was a gift from a friend who knew that my girls were loving it and reading it, and then they sent that along. So cool. Otter says, my favorite modern release was Wolverine 36, the first Helverine, which just came out a few months ago. Am I right? Bought it at cover price because his word went out and spec hunters started buying them up. It spiked, but has now come down a bit. Sure. It's really, for a book like that, buying it obviously off the shelf at cover price, score. Now the question becomes, is this going to be an ongoing thing that's recurring? Like, will we get a Helverine every few years where people are like, oh, the Helverine is back. That book spikes again. That's the question on a character like that, right? Okay, that's done. Next up, we've got a Thanos variant. I love this one. This is a signed Donnie Cates book here from. Oh no, wait, I'm saving that one. Sorry, I keep forgetting. I'm going to do CBCS at the end. Let's continue my CGC. Here is. Oh, do I have any more? Yeah, let me do the other 9/8 because I just did that last 9/8. This one's a 9/8. Oh, and the bag just ripped, so I can throw that bag away. This is my favorite ratio variant I've purchased in the last few years. I think this is a 1 in 10. Love this cover. Helverine comes back like the McRib. That's fair. All right, let's see if I can scan this barcode here. Beep. Got it. Ooh, and it recognizes it. Let's see what it says. The Marcos Martin 1 in 25. Beautiful. 9/8 CGC slabbed. Gorgeous. All right, I'm going to add that, and then I'm going to go in, and I'm going to edit my copy with the barcode. Here we go. This is, I think this is one of the first modern books that I got slabbed personally. I bought it off the shelf. I was loving this series, and I thought this is going to be a cover for life that I love. So there you go. I'm back. I'm back. Is he on the Z's yet? No, I'm just doing one box at a time, and I'm starting with this slab box. After I sort of tinkered with some raw books, I'm doing a slab box. And I've only got 6 books left in the box here to do. So we're nearing the end at the 2-hour, 7-minute mark. Let's see. Here's a 9/8 that I got as a prize winning from Hack. I think I got this from Hack or one of those guys as a giveaway. Deathstroke issue 34, a great Francisco Mattina cover. All right, let's see if I can scan the barcode through the bag. Got it. Add it to the collection. 9/8 all day. I might use this as a giveaway or something. Sheena. Yay. Sheena's Melanin and Manga channel that she does with Inja Binja just hit 100 subscribers, well on their way to being 1,000 subscribers. So you should be over there following, especially if you're someone like me who needs to learn more about manga. She's the boss on that. You got to be ready for that. She's on the same journey we all are with Inja teaching us. Let's see here. Magic Lasso, no joke, but I'd take it. There it is. Let's see. Okay. I got that entered. Now I just need to put the barcode in. Sheena, I'm playing around with the CLZ app. I don't know if you are a CLZ gal or not, but I'm learning how to do it. Teaching myself a new technology with the help of people in the chat, giving me jokes, teasing me, keeping me motivated. And it's been a bit of a fun ride this morning. Inja is schooling us all, right? Absolutely. All right, boom. Got that one loaded. Any more 9/8s? Yeah, there's one more 9/8 in here. Oh, 2 more 9/8s. Oh, this is a gift from my man Whitewell Comics to the girls. He sent he knew that Charlie loved Art Germ, so this is an Art Germ Catwoman cover. Absolutely beautiful 9/8. Let me see your skills. I don't know what that is. Sheena. It's all right. I'm learning. CLZ is an app for cataloging and tracking your collection. And you can enter your comics. You can put detailed notes about them. If they're CGC'd, like the box I'm doing right now, or if they're CBCS, you can enter the barcode on the cover and it'll even take you directly to CGC or CBCS and give you the data on the book if there is any. So it's really cool. I'm digging it, man. All right. Got it. So there's the book, but I need to get the right variant covered. Issue 10. Issue 10B, the Art Germ variant. Got it. Add to the collection. It's a CGC 98. Done and done. And then I'll go in and add the barcode from CGC so that later I can do that if I want to do it. Got it. Done and added. Boom. Okay, you crazy cool kids. Spouse is calling me away to do Christmas lights. Ooh, okay. Be safe on ladders. Safe on ladders. You can also track manga trades. Uh-oh. Now you got Sheena awake. You woke up Sheena. Be careful. Do not awaken her slumber. One of my favorite books to come out last year as far as slab variants. Look at that. Poison Ivy. David Nakayama doing a homage to her first appearance. Sign me up. All right. Let's see what I got here. There it is. There it is. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. All right. 9/8 CGC slab added to the collection. Oh, I can see this hurting my butt after a while. Just sitting here. You get back pain. I'm weak. I'm weak sauce. I'm weak sauce, guys. Let's see here. Unlike all the barbecue sauces that Tony's going to be eating later, I'm weak sauce. He's going to be suffering. You guys all need to be over on Tony's channel, Old Wolf, tonight at 8 Eastern. He's doing his hot wing challenge where you get to see his wife humiliate him and crush him. It's worth your time. Big Daddy Ross saying, love CLZ, helps me track in my collections. I buy along with my PC almost 25,000 books. You are a beast, sir. A beast. Sheena says, I'm sorry. Whenever you feel better, hit me up. Congrats and thanks for playing and your support. JP, sure. Boom. JP, are we off tomorrow then? Are you feeling sick? I don't want to make you play D&D if you're feeling down, my man. Obviously, you have time to think about it, but okay, I'm going to edit this book. I've got the CGC slab number on it. So good. This Poison Ivy is DONE, which leaves me a couple of 9/6s to add. And then that Thanos CBCS book. All right. This was a gift from my man TJ. He heard that I liked this cover and didn't have it. And he's like, oh, I got a 9/6. I don't need because I got a 9/8. Here, take it. Take it. He does that. He gives me his backup copies from time to time. I don't think it likes this barcode. Oh, never mind. I think I got it. This is issue 6. 6B. There it is. Add to collection. It's a 9/6. Gotta love it. Much better today, John. Should be good for tomorrow. Okay, good. Okay. You let us know, as always. I'm going to edit that to include the barcode. Here we go. Okay. 07. I'm not going to say the rest of the numbers out loud, although I don't know that there's really anything that people can do with that information. Still not convinced it's dangerous to repeat the numbers out loud, but whatever. Next is another book that I won in a prize, a giveaway, and I can't recall where. This Detective Comics issue 850. Yeah, 850. David Nguyen cover. And I can't remember where I won this. So, but I think it was a prize winning that I had. Somebody's giveaway or something. There it is. Got it. Oh gosh. All it loaded was Detective Comics #1. That's a lot to scroll through. See how easy you can do this all day. Nice and easy. Do you have a booth at cons? I've never done that ever, Toby. I mean, I've helped people in their booths at cons, but I've never done that myself. Oh my goodness. How am I going to find this issue in that way? That's the wrong way to do it. I'm not going to scan the barcode for this one. I'm going to just go Detective Comics, and I'm going to need to do volume 2, I think. No. Volume 1. Nope. Oh my goodness. This is massive. Detective Comics would suck to do this because you got to find the specific issue. Is there a trick to finding a certain issue inside of the Detective Comics run? That sounds like an absolute headache. If you wanted to find a number like right in the middle, like 300 something, 400 something, that sounds like a nightmare. Thankfully, this is 850. I can flip the numbering upside down and go right to it, I think. Anybody have any tricks to that? That sounds like a headache. Sorry, I stepped away for a minute. This is issue 850 of Detective Comics. I got a 9.6 CGC. I'm just curious about that. John, you can search an issue number and it will show you each issue in each volume. I will have to figure that out. Thankfully, I don't have a ton of Detective Comics. It's not a big of an issue, but I could see it happening in the middle of an X-Men run. You start getting into the 300s in there. Could get messy. Okay. Almost done, gang. This is the second to last one. Okay. Last one. You can search by number. Just your thumb movement is the trick. I don't know what that means. It sounds like you could be talking about something very different, Jigs. You can flip numbering the volume. Yeah, right. But if the number were right in the middle, let's say they're at issue 1100 of whatever, Detective Comics, and you need number 450, like right in the middle. Sounds like it's complicated. But maybe there's an easier gimmick. It sounds like some people are trying to explain it to me and I'm just a moron. As per freaking usual. All right, here we go. Got it. Thanos, volume 2. And I need issue 17. And I want the variant cover. There it is. There it is. Add to collection. See, nope, this is a CBCS. 9.8. Nope, not a 9.9. 9.8. And it's a signed copy, which I'll have to add later, I believe. Add to collection. All right, now I'm going to go to that issue and edit it. Go to the value section, and the label type is it's a signature series. Is that what they're called? It a verified signature series from CBCS, and I can add the certification number. Oh man, glad I'm wearing my glasses. Let's see here. Letter. You gotta have all these letters. There's a lot of letters. A lot of letters. Got it. Done. Last book. There's a slider bar on the right that appears when you begin to scroll. Okay. Flip it and then search by number, says JP. Okay, so there's some options for that. There's some ways in and out. Okay. Let me put these slabs back in the box real quick, and then we can wrap this up. Get them all in there facing the right way. Where am I? Okay. The indies. Keep those indies in there. G.I. Joe. Stay tough, Joe. New Mutants, X Factor. There we go. Megaton Man, get out of there. All right. Okay. Almost 2.5 hours later, here we are. This was really informative, really interesting. I'm sorry it took so long, but I also was happy not to rush this. And I'm going to be in and out for the rest of the day, at least finishing the 2 boxes that I've started, and then tinkering with maybe most of my X-Men books are in and around me. So I'll probably do those next, the mutant related kind of stuff, and see where that takes me during this vacation break. But this is a lot of fun, and huge thank you to those of you in the chat offering support, comedy, advice, all that stuff. Really appreciate it. It's much like my unboxings. These are inboxings. But I was learning and I was trying to do make some mistakes to learn things from it. So I got a box of slabs done. I got, I don't know, less than a third. I got like an eighth of a couple of different boxes of raw books done. And I think I'm getting the hang of it. So I'm excited by that. Thanks for the advice. Thanks for the help. Thanks for the jokes. Thanks for the fun. And I will be back again at some point doing one of these, maybe just hangouts, which I don't do a lot on my channel. This could be an opportunity to do some of those. Or if you drop me the link, if any time in the next like 10 days, because I'm off the next 10 days. If you're doing a hangout, like if Jigs, Hack, any of you guys are doing hangouts, I know Simon, Mad Spidey mentioned it, and you're just like looking for a guest, shoot me the link. And hopefully if I'm not doing stuff with the kiddos, I'll hop in and scan a few more books. So thanks everybody for taking the time, and we'll see you all again later.